Hey guys, well today's going to be something a little different. This is not going to be a review video, this is going to be a video showing my out of print DVDs. This is actually inspired by Sean C. Phillips' video, or as you may know him on YouTube as Cool Duder, as he showed his out of print DVDs in one of his videos back in 2011. Okay, so I have it in this little stack right over here across my bed. Okay, I apologize that this room may be a little bright because I got this room repainted. And I'll do some renovations to my room as well. It's one of the reasons why I have been doing that many videos lately. Okay, well some of these movies have been out of print for quite a while. Some of them are just recently out of print. Some of them are even worth a lot of money. Some of them aren't really worth that much money. So now let's just get started. Okay, start from right here. Okay, well, one of these out of prints is this Sleepaway Camp box set. This one's out of print because like it has this bonus disc. Here, let me get it out. Like it has, see there's Sleepaway Camp 3, 2, and there's 1. And here's the bonus disc. So this came with the bonus disc. It was like from a Best Buy exclusive. So this went out of print a while back. But they had another box set that didn't have this though. And from what I hear, that box set's also out of print. I think you could still get these individually though. Because I've seen them at my local FYE just individually, not in this box set though. Another one I got is Beware the Blob. It's a sequel to the 50s Blob movie. It was okay. I mean, it was a little easy. It was made in the 70s. But it wasn't bad, but it wasn't all that good, though. Nothing really memorable. Yeah, so if you like the Blob movies, I'd say just check it out. Another one. There's actually two movies. There's Bloody Murder and Bloody Murder 2. I actually plan to do reviews on these two movies someday in the future, so watch out for that video. And Bloody Murder was, it's kind of bad. I mean, didn't care for it that much. I mean, what just attracted me to it was the fact that it's Friday the 13th ripoff, and I just love the Friday the 13th movies. But Bloody Murder 2, on the other hand, that one was pretty good. I mean, it was better than the first one, but it also did have its problems, though. Another one is Fright Night Part 2. You may see this in some of my other videos as well. So you may know my story on this, that I didn't care for it at first, but it grew on me, so I really like this movie now. So it's definitely a very underrated movie, and this one is definitely really hard to find too. I mean, I bought this actually used, to be honest. And because I've seen the new copies of this been like $150, $120. Just too much money. I mean, I bought mine used, but it was $70, which is still pretty expensive for something like this. Yeah, but I thought it was worth it though. Another one is Basket Case 3. Now this was actually re-released though, but this copy I bought actually before the re-release copy was out, so this copy on the other hand is out of print. And it's actually a pretty fun, cheesy movie. I mean, I prefer the other two Basket Case movies though. But this one was still pretty fun, though. Another one is Making Contact. This was directed by Roland Emmerich, the director of Independence Day, as it says right over here. And, of course, that title actually makes it sound like a sci-fi movie, like some kind of alien encounter movie of some sort, but it's actually not. It's actually a one of those possessed dummy movies, as you see right over here. Yeah, so it's just this kid who has these some kind of telekinetic powers, and he's getting messages from this dead ventriloquist through this ventriloquist dummy. I thought this was actually a pretty good movie overall. Yeah, I'd just like to move on though. Go through some other stuff, because I definitely got a lot here. Another one is Body Bags. This is actually a pretty good movie. It's an anthology movie that's directed by John Carpenter and Tobe Hooper. So And we see John Carpenter's on the back over here. He's supposed to be like the host of the anthology. And Tobe Hooper also makes a cameo in it too. And I hear this is supposed to be released on Blu-ray very soon, so look forward to buying this on Blu-ray. It's definitely worth it. Another one is actually the Hammer stuff right here. So there's Scars of Dracula and Dracula Prince of Darkness and the Satanic Rites of Dracula. These are pretty good. So, I mean, if you really like the 70s Bloodfest, you would definitely really like this. Especially Christopher Lee is a pretty good Dracula. Let's not forget about that. This was recently re-released though, but just like Basket Case 3, I bought this before the re-released one comes out, so this one's out of print. And another one I got is Funland. It's an okay movie. Nothing all that special. I mean, I just mainly wanted to see it because it's directed by the director of Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3, Michael A. Simpson. And also, I do like Killer Clown stuff, so I like that. And here's also like two things over here. This is Sorority House Massacre and Sorority House Massacre 2, the double pack right here. And Hard to Die, which is actually also labeled as Sorority House Massacre 3, because it's directed by the same director of Sorority House Massacre 2. I like the first Sorority House Massacre, sorry, but Sorority House Massacre 2 and Hard to Die were both pretty cheesy movies. They were pretty bad, but they were actually still pretty fun to watch. I mean, if you want like a cheesy, fun time, I would say watch them. Like, you may actually like them. So, and because of that, I also bought this, which is out of print, directed by the same director of those two movies, Cheerleader Massacre. It's basically sort of like a rip-off to that. And then, I mean, IMDb though has this labeled as a sequel to Slumber Party Massacre. And yeah, I don't really 100% care for this movie all that much. I just mainly bought it because I like these kind of cheese fests. And here's these two movies, House and House 2, The Second Story. Yeah, so House is actually a pretty good haunted house movie. It's directed by Steve Miner, the director of Friday the 13th 2 and 3, and he also directed Halloween H2O. And House 2, The Second Story, is definitely a pretty good sequel. I mean, it's more comedy though, but I actually like it pretty much. Okay. And another one I got is Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. And just like a few of this one was re-released, but this one was bought about maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years before the re-released one came out, so it was out of print then. And I actually like this Hellraiser movie. I mean, it's not the best one, but it's definitely not the worst one either. I mean, it was better than 4 and the ones after that. Even though I did think 4 was pretty good. 4 was the last good one in the series, in my opinion. And another one is this movie called Ader, which is a cheesy sword and sorcery movie, which I don't really highly recommend, to be all honest. I mean, I just wanted to check this movie out for myself from years ago. I think they recently re-released this, but I'm not sure though. I don't really recommend it though. Another movie is this movie called Clown House. This was a pretty good movie from the 80s. It was more atmosphere though, which I actually like. But this movie does have some bad history to it though, and it has something to do with the director and the star of the movie, which I will not talk about though, because it's pretty mature and adult, and I just don't really want to get into that. If you want to know, just look it up. I also got this movie called Season of the Witch, and it also has like a bonus movie on it called There's Always Vanilla. And this is it's a pretty good movie. It's directed by George A. Romero. That's what drew me to this. I mean, I'm a huge George A. Romero fan. I like all the movies I've seen of his, including Diary of the Dead and Survival of the Dead, 2 movies of his that get critically panned. I don't know, I liked those movies. And Season of the Witch was pretty good, and There's Always Vanilla was pretty good too, but they're not too much of horror though, they're more of dramas though, because they're mostly just talking. Although There's Always Vanilla actually is a drama, but Season of the Witch is more drama than it is horror though. So I'm not too sure how people would feel about that. I don't know, I liked it. And another one is this movie called Orca. It's an okay movie. I mean, I have a little mixed feelings for it. I mean, I just want to see it because this movie is a Jaws ripoff movie using killer whale as like the monster in this movie. Of course, I know people would probably compare it like it's can't take it serious because it's a whale from Free Willy. But this movie was made years before Free Willy. It was made in the '80s, and it also stars Richard Harris, the actor who played Dumbledore in the first and second Harry Potter. Yeah, it's an okay movie. And another one, there is Pumpkinhead 4, which I was surprised that was out of print because it's not that old of a movie. And I think it's the best Pumpkinhead sequel, to be honest. I liked it more than 2 and 3. Yeah, so I think it's a pretty good movie. So, and also Lance Henriksen is in this one too, just like how he came back in the third one. But he was a ghost though, and okay. But I actually like this movie. It's pretty good. Another one I got is the movie Pieces, which is a pretty good movie from, I think it was from the 70s or maybe the 80s. Chainsaw Killer, which I actually like. So I'm into chainsaw killing movies. So it's definitely pretty gory too. So if you're into this stuff, definitely check this movie out. Another one I got is Deathstalker 3, which is another cheesy sword and sorcery movie that was produced by Roger Corman. And we obviously know how Roger Corman does have its fan base, so this movie was okay. I mean, it was definitely better than Deathstalker 4. Didn't care for that one. That one's my least favorite. Yeah, but I like these kind of movies, so I always like checking these ones out. Another one is Piranha. It's the '90s Piranha remake. I think it was made for TV, which I don't care too much for this movie. I mean, I don't really like it, but I don't really hate it that much either. I mean, there were some things I did like in it, but I don't know. I mean, I prefer the original movie. I mean, heck, even Joe Dante, the director of the original movie, hated this movie too. So, and I don't blame him too, because it's basically like just a shot-for-shot remake of the original movie. Nothing all that new. So, do I recommend it? Not so much. I mean, you can easily just skip it. I don't care. And these are actually 2 right here. It's my DVDs of the first Silent Night, Deadly Night, and this double pack of Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, which are actually a couple of my favorite slasher Christmas movies. So, I mean, I like both the first one and second one. The second one's one of my guilty pleasures. And I'm sure it's a lot of guilty pleasures for a lot of people. I mean, because of how bad it is. Because it's a movie that's so bad it's good. Especially the famous Garbage Day scene. So I actually do like these movies a lot. And another one is Jack Frost, the Killer Snowman movie. Which is, I actually think it's a movie that's also so bad it's good. Like it's because heck, how can you take a killer snowman to be seriously? I mean, heck, I actually think I preferred it over the family-friendly Jack Frost movie with Michael Keaton. I don't know, it's just a fun movie overall. It's worth checking out, but I wouldn't recommend the second Jack Frost movie where he's in I think it was in Hawaii or the Bahamas. Like, I don't recommend that one. That one's awful. Another one I got is The Wicker Man. It's the original movie, the 2-disc set, which went out of print a while back. It's the original movie, not the one with Nicolas Cage, which I have not seen, but I hear it was horrible, though. But this one was pretty good. It's definitely a pretty good mystery movie. I liked it. And heck, obviously, that's a pretty classic image right over there with this movie. Another one, this one's actually goes for 2. I have The Gate and Gate 2. I mean, I like The Gate's a pretty fun, cheesy 80s horror movie. Gate 2, on the other hand, that one was disappointing, so that one I don't recommend. So, there's not really much to say about these. I mean, it's just like, supposed to be, obviously, with when you think of the gate, obviously it's just these creatures from beyond of some sort. So like they just get summoned. So then they just attack these kids. So it's a pretty good movie. Don't care for that one though. And there's also like these two movies. It's the 70s King Kong movie with Jeff Bridges and Jessica Lange, and its sequel, King Kong Lives, with Linda Hamilton from Terminator. I know there's some hate towards the 70s King Kong movie. I thought it was a decent movie. It wasn't the best King Kong movie. I'm also going to say that the Peter Jackson one was better than this one. But King Kong Lives, on the other hand, just like Gate 2, that one was pretty bad. King Kong Lives was just awful. I don't really recommend that one at all. And to think it was directed by the same director as that one. Okay, just moving on with these. Let's get this whole thing. Okay, another one I got is House on Sorority Row, which I like. Of course, it's a pretty good slasher movie from the 80s, and it's the original Sorority Row, since you probably also know about the movie Sorority Row. This is the original movie, because that movie was a remake. Like, this one was kind of reminds me a little bit of Black Christmas. So if you like Black Christmas, you'll definitely like this movie. So it's heck, one thing is you never actually see the killer's face in this movie, so it's like a whole mystery thing right here. But you know who he is, though, but you just never see his face. So I actually like that. It made the movie more creepy. Another one is this movie called Boggy Creek 2, and the legend continues. It's one of those Bigfoot movies that was directed by, what's his name? Charles B. Pierce. This was an okay movie. I like The Legend of Boggy Creek. It's definitely a pretty good, underrated movie from years ago. And there was also another one called Return to Boggy Creek, which I did not like, because that one was like a kid's movie. But this one was better than that one, though. But it was a little boring, though, so I'm not too sure if I would recommend it or not, so not really much to say. Let's just move on. And this one's actually a little bit of a set right over here of these 4 movies. It's the made-for-TV Amityville movies. Amityville 4, The Evil Escapes. Amityville, It's About Time. This one I bought used because you see it says Ray Rev there. And it's Amityville, A New Generation. And Amityville Dollhouse. Well, these movies were pretty bad, I'm gonna have to admit that. I do like the first, second, and third Amityville movies, and I like the remake of Amityville, surprisingly. But these ones, since these ones were made for TV, which these ones thought was pretty ridiculous, because these ones don't even take place in the Amityville house, despite having the Amityville house on their covers. These ones are just about this furniture that was inside the Amityville house that's possessed. Like this one is about a possessed lamp that was in the house. This one's about a possessed clock that was inside the house. This one's about a possessed mirror that was inside the house. And this one's about a dollhouse made to look like the Amityville house. Well, I wouldn't really check these ones out, to be all honest, so I'd say save your time on these ones. They're pretty ridiculous. I will admit, though, there were ones that were better than the other ones. I like this one more than this one. This one more than this one. These ones more than this one as well. And just to wrap up, I'm just going to do these 2. Okay, these ones are the last ones in my collection. I may have some more, but I'm just going to wrap it up with these ones. Okay, there's Witchboard and Witchboard 3. Witchboard 2, on the other hand, never came out on DVD, though. So, I like Witchboard, so it's a pretty good witchcraft movie. It's shouldn't call it that much witchcraft. It's a Ouija board movie, summons the ghosts. And it's directed by Kevin S. Tenney, the director of Night of the Demons. Heck, I actually think my subscriber Dave's Nightmare would like this movie too. I'm not sure if he has seen it or not. But if he watches this, I'm just gonna say I recommend it. Recommend it, man. So I would definitely recommend Witchboard. Witchboard 2 I actually do own on a bootleg, though. It was pretty decent. Witchboard 3, it was an okay movie. I mean, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Wishmaster though, so because it has the same kind of special effects, the same cheesy special effects from that movie, and looks like they were trying to be artsy with the movie too, kind of like in Bram Stoker's Dracula. So I thought it was still okay though. I mean, it wasn't all that good, but it wasn't bad though. Definitely, it wasn't bad. I'd say it's still worth checking out. Okay, so I think that's about it. So if you guys definitely like this, definitely subscribe, comment right down at the box down there, and just check out my later later videos. All right, gonna be signing out.